What?
So if you remembered from 2 years ago, I took a look at a film called The Christmas Light, a movie that proclaimed to be just as good, if not better, than Toy Story. And only a few of you actually watched that review.
I'm not bitter.
But back in that review, I talked about that they made a sequel to The Christmas Light called The Christmas Brigade. And yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
I thought I had more to talk about. Well, hi guys! It's me, a DavKav, your favorite schmuck. And I want to welcome you all to the Christmas special. God, I'm tired. So, let's wrap this entire thing and just jump right in. So guys, let's finish off this year with the Christmas Brigade.
So the film starts with...
Crap, it's the Popo! Cheese it, boys! I ain't going back to jail!
So the film starts with us staring at Santa's Washington Monument. Still don't know why it looks like this.
The Christmas Brigade.
So while the main theme starts playing, we see that Santa's red rocket takes off very slowly, as we get to see the members of our illustrious Christmas Brigade. Isaac the inventor, Jennifer the girl, and Burton, the guy who turned into a snowman after having a hissy fit, but he's better now. And also he's the captain. And also he tends to tell burger puns.
What kind of a girl does a hamburger like? Any kind, as long as she's named Patty. I just love that one. I mean, I just love it.
Then they go into detail on the brigade's mission of peace, and what the Christmas light is from the last film. Why am I getting some bad feelings about this? Until the brigade gets a distress call from the junior member, Pierre, who, 1, child, 2, looks like the brother from the last film, and 3, is standing on the Eiffel Tower alone at night. Where are your parents? He calls to address a strange ship hovering around the tower, and then it starts to shake.
What's happening now?
And Santa tells the brigade to head there right away. When they get there, they see the tower wobble, and Pierre falls. But luckily, he was saved thanks to this little robot guy, which, fun fact, we don't actually get to see happen. Because besides seeing the Eiffel Tower shrink, we more or less just see the characters turn to the camera and tell us what's going on with their cold, dead eyes. Anyhow, the kid is safe and Jennifer thanks the Christmas light. Only for Isaac to go, "Bitch, that was the robot who did that. Shut your mouth." And then they see the mystery ship get away before Isaac says,
"We need more power. This is my new invention."
What the hell was that cut? What the hell was that cut?
So Isaac reveals the power belt, which allows him to do things like...
No fucking way!
Did they just... My dear God, they gave us a reason for the models to clip! Not only that, but they can also instant transmission around the place, meaning they don't need to animate walking. And they can fly, but not fly. I mean...
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Also, it shrinks people and freezes things, but that's not as funny as the clipping. So the brigade gets another distress call from a repainted Pierre standing alone on the Golden Gate Bridge. And when they get there, they see the bridge float and the mystery ship flying off. The brigade questions who exactly is flying this mysterious ship, to which we then get our answer.
Dr. D is the name, and I'm Dr. D.
Oh God, we're fighting D's nuts! We're all screwed.
So Dr. D starts to explain things, and by explain things, I mean he spells out everything in a condescending manner that he is the one that is flying the spaceship and has a shrink ray to shrink down monuments. We then see Isaac deciding to ascend and infiltrate the ship. When he gets there, we see Dr. D somehow know Isaac, which never explained, and then he just throws out a bunch of exposition that he's making a monument collection and wishes to cause misery every day around the world. Then he proceeds to offer Isaac a chance to work together, in which Isaac goes, "Cuck." But then Dr. D puts a mind control device on him. And then this dude just goes on talking about how he used to be fat, and then goes on to offer Isaac about work benefits and profit sharing. He's already brainwashed, Doc. Why are we still here? So Dr. D and Isaac zoom off, leaving Jennifer and Burton behind. Jen then calls Santa, who says to keep faith into the Christmas light, and that he'll contact others to warn him about Dr. D. But then Dr. D shows up in his ship, and then Isaac...
Oh Lord, here he coming!
Isaac then... teleports around and tells Santa some cryptic wording.
I'm here to run an errand. It has to be done from the inside.
Then Dr. D... and proceeds to infodump that they just placed a shrink ray onto his desk, and that they're going to shrink the complex on the inside once it turns midnight. So you got all that? Because this film will make sure you do! So Dr. D then shrinks Santa and makes him go flying, before Dr. D and Isaac and fly off. They then contact the brigade after Dr. D camouflages the mind control device, which he didn't decide to do before meeting Santa. Yeah. Anyway, when they get contact, Jen is ecstatic to see that Isaac is alive, only to then see that Isaac admits to partnering with Dr. D. And then...
Just look at me. I have the body of an 18-year-old.
If you do, you'd better give it back.
oh!
I love just three things: money, power, and both.
Well, I guess you have your standards. They're just low.
Oh, snap!
But you are a big success at being a complete failure.
Spittin'! Venom! Remember, this is the girl from the last film who was like, everyone is good, even when they don't seem to be. But now she's here going...
Your shoes, whack! Your goals, whack! Your inventions, whack! Your hair, whack! The Christmas light, tight as fuck! I think I spit it. Yeah. Oh, I can't see it anymore. I'm staring at lights. Alright.
So Jen blames herself for Isaac going rogue as she and Burton decide to head back to the workshop to talk to Santa. When they get there, they see that Santa is nowhere to be found as he is too small to be noticed. Then the two leave while talking about how much of a disaster this was, so much so that it actually manifests a couple of still images of newspapers, which also have quotes from the characters themselves? Anyway, cutting back to Santa, he notes that he only has 14 minutes until the place shrinks and needs to get back to his desk. But first, he needs to get down from there. And so...
Oops.
Now that he's on the ground, he needs to think of his next move. When suddenly...
Dear God, it's the bonus boss!
Actually, this is a nice beetle named Betty, who, unprompted, begins to talk about the lifespan of a beetle, then summons her mates to show up who just exist, and to put the cherry on top, she starts singing.
Beetle's only God, the Beetle's only God, the beetle only lives 21 days. There's no time for hate, there's no time for war, there's just time for love. If you live 21 days, if you live 21 days, if you live 21 days. The Beatles only got.
That was not a gesture to continue!
So the beetle continues to talk about how she prefers to walk and not to waste time, while wasting my actual time. Then she decides to help out Santa by flying him to his desk so he can contact the brigade about the shrink ray. Also, Dr. D hears about this and tries to get to the workshop before the brigade. This leads the two ships to arrive at the workshop as Dr. D shrinks his ship into Santa's office, and the brigade does the same. And then the two just kind of fly around doing nothing for 30 quiet seconds.
I can't let you do that, Star Fox.
You got an enemy after you. Use the brake.
The fuck? Shoot me down, set me free!
Coming enemy from the rear.
So Dr. D leaves while the brigade continues to chase. Then the robots do a fight, and then Dr. D decides to fire a death ray at the Christmas Brigade. The ship gets hit, and Santa's fortress begins to shrink. And then afterwards, Dr. D and Isaac start glorifying their side about those benefits and profit shares they talked about. Dude, he's already mind-controlled. You literally owe him nothing. Then the good doctor just continues to explain again that he wants to spread misery around the world, especially Christmas, because yeah, I guess my attention span is fleeting now. Thanks. Why are we here again? We then see that the brigade actually survived the death ray thanks to the Christmas light, cause sure, why not? And it also brought Burton back to regular size. Then out of nowhere, Dr. D decides to just, shrink the brigade and put them on display. Dr. D then starts to gloat and gives Burton a hamburger riddle. Are we still on that hamburger thing?
What did the hamburger say to the topping that couldn't keep up?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Ketchup! You get it? Ketchup! I just love that one! I mean, I love it!
And after he gives them the riddle,
I'm all right.
Nani desu ka? So Isaac reveals that the mind control device has been broken, and now he's trying to help out the gang by explaining that they need to hit Christmas light speed on high to phase through the wall. Yeah, those are some words. But actually, it turns out that Isaac is still brainwashed, and that if the brigade tries to hit high speed into the wall, they'll explode. But luckily for Burton, he actually solves the burger riddle that somehow gives them the right answer.
That's the answer! What kind of hamburger can tell your fortune? A medium hamburger! We have to hit the wall at Christmas light speed medium! Not at high, but at medium!
So, you're telling me that's why they kept making burger jokes? Just for this one payoff? So the brigade sets the ship to Christmas light speed medium and phase through the glass. The brigade then uses their "oh yeah, I forgot they had a freeze ray, and freezes Dr. D's ship. Now everything goes back to normal. Isaac is free from mind control, and Dr. D gets arrested and sent to jail. And we get this information by Santa just standing in place and telling the audience of what just happened. Then Santa continues to tell us that the Christmas Brigade is the best and that they will do the things that we already know that they do because they mentioned it 34 times as we see the red rocket fly off with another burger pun.
Hey everyone, what kind of dance does a hamburger do? The Char-Char! I just love that one. I get it!
And then we cut back to Santa, who just keeps talking. And then we see the ship fly off to the theme of the Christmas Brigade.
And that's all I have to say about the Christmas Brigade. I have no idea what I just watched, and what do you mean there's 30 more minutes?
Yeah, so this is not the end, so what's after this adventure? Well, Santa decides that he wants to host a Christmas party, and decides to invite all of his friends. And now everyone is here! Isaac, Burton, Jennifer, child, and Amy, Jennifer's sister that was never mentioned before and looks just like Jennifer. And then both Jennifer and Amy just start singing Christmas songs for 5 straight minutes!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart sing in exultation. Sing all ye cities.
Okay, so after that, do we get the new adventure? Yes! And by that, I mean they just recap the first special, going into every detail, verbatim! Yay! Also, watching the footage from the first special kind of made me realize the budget in the sequel just tanked. Like, wow. Wow, this is definitely worse.
Okay, you know what? Screw this. Here's some clips from the last review I did. Just roll the clips. Roll the clips, Jerry!
Santa! Santa!
Ah, yes, I didn't need those eardrums, thank you.
But why?
Well, I don't know, Burton. Maybe because I have a moral code of not giving children plastic fucking explosives.
I have a secret that helps me to never be afraid.
It's the fact I do not have a soul. Get bent and enjoy your nightmares, you fleshy bastard.
Santa, no! Oh, Santa's getting lucky tonight.
And Christmas is officially saved! That is straight up a vagina!
The Christmas light is inside you.
And I'm just messing with you. It says fuck you. Okay, so we're good, right? There's nothing left? What do you mean there's 8 minutes left? What the hell is left?
More non-stop singing!
No! We done?
This was... The fuck did I just watch? We definitely got a film that is one of the few Christmas stories that forgoes traditions like having an actual moral or reason to exist. But the cherry on top of this is that someone on the higher-ups must have told the team that this needed to be a feature-length film, so this could also be one of the first specials that had to pad out the runtime with just bullshit. And then there's the clipping. Let's not forget that they clip through the walls! And yeah, this is definitely a run-of-the-mill bargain bin movies that you'd find next to Finding Jesus, but it's also very unique film that I don't know why, but I love that it exists. Maybe because it's just weird or awful, or why is this still going on? I don't know. There's just something about this that makes me lose my sense of reality. And if you're in the mood for something that is just, you know, cheap fast food slop, the Christmas special, then you can do no wrong than a movie that is just an unhinged cash grab that has no reason to exist, and yet, here we are.
And by all means, that's all I have for the holiday special. And by all means, that's all I have for the rest of the year. Yeah. So, thank you everyone who decided to watch this, and thanks to everyone who decided to keep up with my channel, new and old. If you like my stuff, you can always check out my other videos, and if they suit your fancy, you can always subscribe. Really helps out the channel. We're almost to 1,000 subs, so that would be cool. But regardless, I hope you all have a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, and a great rest of the year. So, by all means... Yeah, no, this ain't the end. You thought all that nonsense was the end? No, buddy. No, we still got half an hour left of this review. So you know what that means? That means 30 straight minutes of singing, bitch! I don't wanna...
The Christmas Brigade brings the magic of Christmas to every day of the year.
That's right!
To every day of the year.
Oh, yeah!
Patrolling the skies above the planet Earth, the Christmas Brigade has proved its worth. Helping all good boys and girls in their plight, changing what's wrong to make